as knotheads like us try to figure out all defensive team, who is your best defender? Is it Amir?
Yeah, he's I think Amir needs strong consideration for, first team all league. He's not going to have as many points as some of the guys in the league because we don't play quite as fast. And so he's not going to have as many opportunities, but his efficiency on offense and then our winning, I think, needs to matter. And you talk about the defense, he's a tremendous defensive player. He does a good job of guarding bigger guys. He can go out on the perimeter and guard smaller guys, rebounds his position. He's excellent in pick and roll coverage and defense. We've changed our coverages frequently, and some of that's because of his ability to adapt and adjust. And he's just an incredibly smart, talented player that's having another really good season on a team that's doing well.
Who gets the credit for Thursday's dodgeball session?
You know what? That's something that I've done it in the past. Just kind of a fun day. Our guys were really with the COVID and trying to come back from that, and the really hard practices leading into Wednesday's game. I thought we just needed a break, and so Matt Buckland, my ops guy, and our strength coach Justin McClellan and I got together and kind of decided on it. Those guys did more of the organizational stuff, but man, it was fun. It was good, and I thought it was the right thing for our guys.
Then finally, you were on the court last March 13, getting ready to play when everything shut down. We're less than 2 weeks from that 1-year anniversary. What are your enduring memories of that day? And could you ever have imagined that a year later we'd be in a similar place?
My memories were initially, the night before, wondering what was going to happen a little bit. There was talk, they changed it to where there was maybe 100 people in the stands or whatnot for each team. And then when I woke up Saturday morning and we had a quick meeting with our team, and then I was getting ready, and you started to see the things on TV, I was really concerned and thought, are we really going to play today? And, I called Graham Neff, one of our ADs, and asked him, and he said, yeah, as far as I know, I think we're still going to go. And I said, I find it hard to believe that we're going to play this game today based on what I'm seeing on TV. Because, you're not really, first time you kind of really get your head out of the hole in 12 hours because you're getting ready. And then obviously when I got there, it was eerie. It was a little different. And then I wasn't surprised when we were called off the court. And, I'm just thankful that, this season has gone as well as it has. And the kids have been able to play, and that's really what they want. They want to experience it. And this has been a great outlet for them, basketball.
Kip Coons, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, hi, Brad. Aside from the obvious advantage of the double bye, what would it signify for your team to clinch a top 4 finish in the regular season?
Just that we, continue to have a great season. I don't know that it's anything other than that. We talk about it a little bit with our guys about a couple of weeks ago as we have an opportunity to do something special here. And, we're trying to have a really good program, consistent program. Amir and Clyde were freshmen. We did it. I don't remember, maybe we finished 3rd or some 4th. I can't remember, with tiebreakers and all that. And had a really good year, went on to go to the Sweet 16. And for those guys, if we could do it again, another year like that, I think it really says a lot about their careers and what we're doing here with Clemson basketball. It's we just missed the tournament. We had a net 35 rating their sophomore year, and we kind of got left out. And really tremendous career for these seniors, Clyde and Amir in particular.
Andrew Chernoff, go ahead.
Hey, Brad, it's March. So we know March Madness is right around the corner. When this whole season started, did you think that this was going to happen? And I guess just big picture, what has been the biggest challenge over the course of the past year?
I don't know what I thought in terms of whether we would have the season. I know everybody really wanted to. I know as coaches, we talked about it. Certainly player safety is always number one with us, but we also thought that mental health wise for your team, that kids are going to really want to play. And if they don't have basketball as an outlet, and you're not taking classes on campus, it's going to be a crazy hard year. And so I'm, very pleased that we've been able to get as much done as we have. And I'm hopeful that we're going to make it to the finish line. It looks like we will. I'm talking about my team in particular. We still have several players that have not had it, knock wood. And so I'm optimistic that, that we're going to make it, because I think it's an incredible life experience for these kids. And I think we're all going to remember this year. And I'm really proud of my team for what they've done, the sacrifices they've made for us to get to this point. I think this is something they'll remember forever.
Kip Coons, go ahead.
Yeah, Brad, to follow up on Amir Sims, fairly familiar with that region of Virginia where he hails from. What was he projected as a recruit when you first saw him? And if you could talk about the strides he's made in his career, I'm in the manner of a first team all conference player.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was a highly recruited guy. There were several ACC schools recruiting him. We did a good job of getting on him pretty early. Identified him as a young guy. Junior year, I went up and saw him, and I just loved his personality. You get to know him. He's got a bigger than life personality, unbelievable smile, just infectious personality, great leader. And, to be honest with you, he was a good basketball player, but I don't know initially if you thought he was going to do all the things he's been able to do. He wasn't a great perimeter shooter. He's not this high level athlete, but he's very smart and he's very mature and he understands the game. He's learned the game. He knows how to win. He's got the intangible qualities that you're looking for that you don't always see in certain players unless you really get to know them and kind of get to study them. He's obviously worked extremely hard on his game to get better, his perimeter skills, his shooting, his passing, his dribbling. I mean, he was more of just a true power forward, around the basket, 15-foot shooter type physical guy. I thought he would be able to develop away from the basket. And then as his career has evolved and you can see how bright he is, how mature he is, he can handle so many different things that he's the type of guy you trust him. And so, we're going to miss him terribly when he leaves because he's had a tremendous career.
Do we have any other questions for there we go. David Seal, go ahead.
Brad, you had a season high field goal percentage first go around against Syracuse. What was the key that day? And, will you approach that zone in a very similar fashion?
Yeah, I mean, we'll do some of the same things. Obviously, a lot of it's just shot making. I mean, Nick Honor made a couple of deep threes early in the game that got us going. And, I think sometimes when you see the ball go in for your team, it makes it easier for other players. We made 11 threes against Miami on Saturday. And you make a couple early and, takes a little pressure off everybody. And all of a sudden, it becomes contagious. And that happened a little bit against Syracuse in game one. We played an outstanding first half, guarded them well. We shot it well. And we played with a lot of confidence. So hopefully, we're playing good basketball. We've won 5 in a row. Hopefully that continues, on Wednesday, that kind of confidence and offensive swagger.
Matt Connolly, go ahead.
Hey, Brad, just a couple of personnel questions. Just do you feel good about how the rotations are right now? And you feel like those have kind of cut down some and how things are going with that? And then with PJ, how close is he, or can you provide any update?
Yeah, I'll find out more about PJ today at practice. I'm optimistic that he's going to be available for Wednesday, but he has not practiced, with us yet. I think today is going to be the first day that he maybe has a chance to do that. We'll see how it goes. In terms of bench and, probably have shortened the rotation a little bit in some of the games, second half especially, some of it based on just playing well, guys in a good rhythm. But, that could change. I don't know. I still think that guys like John Newman, Chase Hunter, I'm kind of waiting for those guys to kind of break out and have a big game. I think they have it in them. It's just been a little bit of a challenging year for those guys. We play a lot of other guys in the front court. Certainly Amir is going to play a lot when we can. And he's probably played even more the last couple of games because PJ hasn't been available. So we'll have to wait and see.
Brad, thank you for the time today. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Be safe.